Alex Eala sets sights on WTA 1000 Qatar Open after solid Abu Dhabi run. After a solid run at the 2026 Abu Dhabi Open, Filipina tennis star Alex Eala is shifting her focus to the 2026 Qatar Open, a WTA 1000 event. The tournament will take place at the Khalifa International Tennis and Squash Complex in Doha, marking Eala's first major test of the year. Eala's ranking as world number 45 earned her a direct spot in the Qatar Open main draw following the withdrawals of higher-ranked players. The 20-year-old Filipina made waves in Abu Dhabi, bringing pride to the country with a quarter-final finish in singles and a semi-final run in doubles alongside Janice Tien of Indonesia. Eala fell to world number 11 Ekaterina Alexandrova of Russia in singles, while she and Tjen lost to 2025 Berlin Open doubles champs Teresa Mihalikova of Slovenia and Olivia Nichols of Great Britain in the doubles semis. The young pair became the first Southeast Asian duo to reach a semi-final event in the tournament. In her Qatar Open campaign, it will be an uphill battle for Eala, as the tournament is stacked with high-caliber netters including world number 2 and 2025 Wimbledon champion Iga Swiatek of Poland and world number 3 Elena Rybakina of Kazakhstan, the reigning Australian Open titleist. Defending champion Amanda Anisimova of the US is also set to play, while Coco Gauff of the US and Mira Andreeva of Russia are also in the draw. World number 38 Veronika Kudermetova of Russia withdrew from the Qatar Open due to an injury, while world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka also opted out of the event. Alex Eala sets her sights on the WTA 1000 Qatar Open after a gritty Abu Dhabi run. The desert air in Abu Dhabi carried more than heat and expectation, it carried proof. Proof that Alex Eala is no longer just a promising name whispered in tennis circles, but a competitor steadily carving her place on the global stage. Her run in Abu Dhabi didn't end with a trophy, but it ended with something just as valuable, belief sharpened by experience. For Eala, every match in Abu Dhabi felt like a chapter in a longer story. The rallies were tougher, the margins thinner, the opponents seasoned by years on tour. Yet she stayed. She fought. And most importantly, she learned. Each forehand sent deep into the court, each defensive sprint, each moment of pressure revealed a young player growing into her ambitions. Now, her eyes turn toward Doha. The WTA 1000 Qatar Open isn't just another tournament on the calendar, it's a proving ground. A place where the sport's elite test not only their strokes, but their nerve. For Eala, it represents the next step forward, a chance to measure herself against the very standard she hopes to reach. What makes Eala's journey compelling isn't only her talent, but her temperament. She plays with a quiet intensity, never rushed, never rattled for long. In Abu Dhabi, when momentum shifted away from her, she didn't disappear. She adjusted. She absorbed the moment. That maturity, rare for a player still early in her career, was perhaps the loudest statement she made all week. There is a rhythm to Eala's game that mirrors her growth. Her left-handed forehand opens angles others struggle to defend. Her movement, once raw, is becoming efficient. But beyond technique, there is intent. Every point feels purposeful, as if she's not merely reacting to opponents, but actively shaping the match. The Qatar Open will demand even more. Faster courts, bigger names, higher stakes. It's the kind of stage where young players either shrink or rise. Eala seems ready to rise. Her Abu Dhabi run served as a reminder that progress in tennis isn't always linear. It's built in losses that sting, in long matches that test patience, in moments where belief must come from within rather than from the scoreboard. Those lessons travel with her now to Doha. And there's something symbolic about the transition, from Abu Dhabi's hard-earned battles to Qatar's bright lights. It's the shift from preparation to opportunity. From learning to applying. For Filipino tennis fans and neutral observers alike, Eala's journey carries weight. She represents possibility, that global tennis no longer belongs to a select few countries, that dedication and access can reshape the map of the sport. Every time she steps on court, she carries not just her racket, but the quiet hopes of those watching from home. Yet, Eala herself remains grounded. Her focus stays narrow, one match, one point, one breath at a time. That mindset will be crucial in Doha, where distractions are plentiful and expectations can grow heavy. The Qatar Open won't define her career, but it may reveal how ready she is for the road ahead. Abu Dhabi showed that Alex Eala belongs in these conversations. Doha will ask a bigger question: how far can she push the answer? As the desert lights shine brighter and the competition stiffens, one thing is clear: Alex Eala isn't just arriving. She's aiming higher, and she's doing it on her own terms. Alex Eala sets her sights on the WTA 1000 Qatar Open after a solid Abu Dhabi run. In the quiet moments between matches in Abu Dhabi, when the noise faded and the courts cooled, Alex Eala stood at a familiar crossroads, the space between promise and arrival. It is a place few notice, but every rising athlete knows it well. You don't live there forever. You pass through it carrying lessons forward. Her campaign in Abu Dhabi was not about headlines or hardware. It was about grounding, about proving, first to herself, that she can withstand the rhythm of the tour, the pressure of expectation, and the physical toll of high-level competition. Each match sharpened her instincts. Each rally reminded her that growth in tennis is earned point by point. Now, the road leads to Doha. The WTA 1000 Qatar Open is a different beast altogether. Bigger names, brighter lights, less forgiveness. It is a tournament where the world's best arrive fully armed, where hesitation is punished and confidence must be absolute. For Eala, it represents not a leap of faith, but a calculated step forward. What stood out in Abu Dhabi was not just how she played, but how she responded. When pushed wide, she chased. When down in a game, she recalibrated. There was no panic in her posture, only persistence. That steadiness, rare in a player still defining her professional identity, suggests something deeper than talent. It suggests readiness. Eala's game has always carried a sense of intention. Her left-handed strokes carve space with quiet authority, and her court coverage reflects hours of discipline rather than flash. But recently, something new has emerged: belief. Not loud or boastful, but firm. The kind that allows a player to reset after a missed opportunity and trust the next shot. The transition from Abu Dhabi to Doha feels symbolic. Abu Dhabi was about confirmation, proof that she can compete, adapt, and endure. Doha is about confrontation, meeting the standard head-on and refusing to look away. The Qatar Open does not ease players into the moment. It demands presence from the first serve. For Eala, that demand is welcome. She carries with her more than recent match experience. She carries the weight of representation. Each time she steps on court, she expands the conversation about where elite tennis talent comes from. She is not just playing for ranking points or draws. She is redefining visibility, quietly and persistently. Yet, for all the external narratives, Eala's focus remains internal. Tennis, at its core, is solitary. The court is wide, the margins unforgiving, and the answers must come from within.